Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to say, call Alayim Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone that taught us this truth. Double honors to them. Shalom and salutations to the hopeful elect Hakim out there, spreading the gospel throughout the four corners of the earth in sincerity and truth, and presenting their bodies as a living sacrifice, as the scripture teaches us to do. Shalom to the very, very, very few sisters that do listen up as well. All right, I'm the brother Yarmiah from the Great Millstone Chicago camp, coming back to you with another lesson. This lesson is concerning to the gravity, of this thing of ours, as the beloved elder Apostle Gabar would say, the gravity of this truth. The one thing that helps you realize how powerful this movement is that was set up from everlasting by the everlasting, all right, is you have to realize, and this should be a great motivator, man, because I always say you have to be bold enough for the Lord to realize, for you to realize the Lord didn't give you this for nothing. But you have to realize who you are, all right, but most important of all, who you work for and what you're doing. Because see, first and foremost, it's always call Alayim Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, because we're working for the big boss, man. We're working for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, the righteous judge, all right, the heavenly Father, the creator. And if we are, those elect men with the prophets backing that lot, all right, with the Elohim, with the gods, with the powers that created this thing with him from the beginning, all right, with the lowercase g's, as it says in the book of Psalms, I think it's the 82nd chapter, ye are gods, but ye shall die like men and fall like one of the princes, because we're gods right here on the earth. Even that stupid, wicked nigga Future said that. He said, I got to take shit up with God because I'm a God on earth. And that's who we are. We are the judges of the earth, man. Especially the elect, those that the Lord chose out of his people, because he chose his people, but 2/3 of them got to go. 2/3 of them ain't doing this. All right? He said, I've given my laws unto Jacob. Psalms, what's that? I think it's Psalms 147. But you brothers know, he said, I think it's Psalms 147, 19 and 20, something like that. But he said, I give my laws and my statutes, my commandments to Jacob. I have not dealt so with another nation. So he has the apple of his eye. He has the children of Israel, of course. That's his pleasure. That's the apple of his eye. All right? As it says, we are the apple of the Lord's eye. We're the Lord's woman. We're the Lord's church. But 2/3 of these people even have to go. So the elect is a very powerful thing. And if you're doing this work, you're one of the elect. That's why the scriptures say, be diligent to make your calling and election sure. If you do this work and do it to the end, you are one of the elect that was set up from the beginning. Like I said, from everlasting by the everlasting. All right? One of the great prophets, one of the mighty men of old. You might be reading about yourself, reading these great books, reading these great miracles that happen. You've seen some of these great miracles that happen, all right? Because the Lord said in Daniel, the 12th chapter, all right, that we're standing our lot at the end of days. He lets you know in the Revelations, I think it's 22, starting at 10, he's coming back to reward the righteous and the wicked. He said, let him that is unjust still be unjust still. Him that is holy, unholy still. He that is righteous, let him be righteous still. He that is holy, let him be holy still. Paraphrasing that, But we are back in those lots. He told John, right there. He told John that what? He would prophesy again. And then, just a quick one in there, meaning that prophet will be back in the latter days prophesying. All right, Revelations the first. We could jump around Revelations alone. Revelations the 1st chapter and the 7th verse. About 1 and 7. He said he coming back with clouds. He'll see them. Every eye shall see him, even they that pierced him. Reincarnation is real. We know that all through the scriptures. Just off those couple I just quoting and going through, man. So it's a great chance that you're one of those men. And it's a big responsibility that comes with that. That's why he said, to whom much is given, what? Much is required. That's why you can't short stop in this truth. I tell Jake all the time, I was one of the most wickedest niggas you can ever meet in the world. I want to be double for the Lord, triple, shit, 10 times. He said, seek him 10 times more. A nigga don't shortcut when it comes time to commit adultery. Trust and believe that. Or when it comes time for the gangbanging or to doing these fucking witchcraft. or any other madness that niggas are into when it comes to the frats, the gangs. Jake don't fucking stop, man. So when the Lord deliver you from these spells that was on us, you know, and put you in a position to win the ultimate prize and the ultimate goal, you have to really push for that to the end. You know, even if you're a brother that's teaching by yourself and feel like you're not really part of the body, man, you part of the body of the Lord. You teaching the work of the Lord. Even if you wanted to scatter the elect, you know, that may look like an Edomite. You might look like a Moabite or whatever. You believe in this truth. You believe in the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, and you out there, you got to push this word. The Lord has put you in the best position he can ever put you in. He put you on that road. He put you into the straight gate. You know, so you don't want to be found and numbered amongst the transgressors, man, or outside the temple. And you don't want to be numbered with those that are outside the temple, because the Lord ain't dealing with them. They're not getting the Psalms, the 91st chapter covering. They're not going to close the doors of the chambers when the indignation be overpassed, as it says in Isaiah. The chariots of the Lord ain't coming to get no niggas, man. The Lord is about to rock this world, literally. And to be a part of that, man, and to have the pathway you really have to understand the gravity of this truth, man. This book, King David prayed to pray and cursed to curse at the same time. All right, because a real live curse is a prayer. You know, what these people consider so-called curse words ain't curse words. I can curse you and say, I wish you go somewhere and die. And I didn't have to say the B word, the F word, the H word, whatever word, you know. But he prayed a prayer. He had it written, man. He said, let that table be snare unto them. This Bible has been in people's face for God knows how long, man. In the Hebrew, in the Greek, in this place, in that place, you know. Then, you know, for the Lord to breathe that life back into our bodies after the 3.5 days, all right, he took us out of physical hardcore slavery. All right, Jake had the ability to read. You know, Jake and some of those, and Jake start, you know, waking up after the Lord took us out of that spiritual coma, so to speak. You know, and enlighten our elders. I'm going to say the elders, the ancient men, you know, high priest, the ancient high priest, you know, High Priest Ariah, King Marshall, the elder, the beloved, the elder Abba Bivens, you know, who was John the Baptist in the reincarnation, and then on down to our apostles and our elders and our brothers. The Lord has this truth spread back in the earth and really gave you the ability to know this. You know, that's why Yahushua told his men, I think it was the disciples, many prophets and kings have desired to see the things that you see. Look what we seeing, man. It goes into that in Sirach, a man that liveth to see the downfall of his enemy. We looking at the fucking white man go down, man. You know how many niggas 400 years ago would want to see a nigga just talking to a white bitch freely? A nigga being able to slap a dumbass white man upside his head and get laughed at? You know, this man's money failing him. His women super failed him. All his little so-called white ideologies and aspirations, that fucking white God shit, that failed him. This man is done, man. And you have a privilege to really see this fucking man go down. You better utilize that, brothers. You better use the sword, brothers. You better use the understanding that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua gave you. And going back to one of my points I was making, whether you a scattered abroad brother, you know, whether you're a brother who might get excommunicated from the camp, whatever, man. If the Lord gave you this truth, look, man, you deal with whatever the fuck you got to deal with. You better keep preaching this truth, man. This man is going to fuck down. But with that being said, call Elohim Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rakakadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone, and to the hopeful elect Hakim, endure. Shalom, brothers. It's over with. Shalom. Call Elohim Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai.